Alright, hey guys, today we're in a 2003 Audi A6. We're going to show you how to install an aftermarket radio. Step one, of course, is taking out the radio. So you can grab your radio removal keys. Notch is always facing in. Until it clicks. Same thing on the top. Notch facing in. So towards the center of the radio. So it's going opposites on all sides. It doesn't hurt to give a little bend towards the center of the radio too. Maybe not on that one. There you go. Alright. So what you're going to do is you're going to see how it springs. See how I let go and it goes back. Just put a little outward pressure. Like that. And then do the same thing on the other side. Alright. If it doesn't spring, that means the key didn't grab. So let's put a little downward on this. Alright. See it springing? And there you go. Once it moves out a little. So, and when you go over here, you're going to see there's a little locking tab. See? So you're going to squeeze that and just pull out the key. Same thing on all four. Squeeze that, pull out the key. Because you don't want to have the keys, you'll cut yourself, cut something else up. Alright? And once you get that out, you're going to go right here. And you're going to unplug this. This is the main antenna, and this is your second diversity antenna. Unplug that. Okay. Now, you're going to unplug the main harness, which is a CD changer harness. If you have a changer in the trunk or inside the thing, make sure you unplug that first. If you don't have if you have bows, you're not going to have this middle connector. This car doesn't have bows, so it has it. All right, and then finally, your power plug. All right, now that's the back of the radio. All right, and that's nice shot. Now we'll show you the rest. Alright, first thing we're going to do is going to run the microphone. We're installing a Pioneer 2400 AVH 2400BT doubled-in radio with Bluetooth. First thing we're going to run the mic. Everyone's trained to put the mic up by the top. I'm putting mics down here now. They sound a lot better. It's directly in front of you as you drive. So for this car, this thing just pops right off. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to grab the microphone. Where it is. Oops, back this way. Alright, so what we're going to do with this car is we're just going to run it down right here. Alright, and then we're just going to tuck it in here. This car actually holds no problem. If your car, for some reason, doesn't hold it, you can actually wrap some electrical tape every couple of inches to make the wire fatter, and it'll hold it. So I'm just going to grab my panel tool. See, and it just went right in there. It's going to go all the way down here on the side too. Okay. So what we're going to do right here is with this thing, this Pioneer one actually has a little ball. I just tried it. And you can put the little ball right there, and it pushes against and it wedges, and it holds everything nice and tight. Let's try it one more time. Alright, so we're going to bring this thing up here. Make sure when you push it in that the teeth aren't in the way. Okay. So I didn't like the way that ended up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here and push it back a little, but also make sure the teeth aren't in the way. Alright, so we'll push that down. And when you push it over, actually, you know what? Just so you guys don't think that we do everything live here. Alright. And then if you push a little further back, you're not going to get as wide as a gap. Alright. See, so the microphone just sits right there, and you can talk to people like that. Alright. If there's a little bit of a gap here, if that bothers you, you can put you can cut off the knob and put a little like a tie wrap or something, or a zip tie, and then shoot it over. Alright, but that's it. And then we're just going to run it over here, and when you get back here, you can actually see your fingers. So what you can do is I can see the head of it right there. back. Alright, and then what you're going to do is you're going to grab your panel tool. Just make sure you use a plastic tool, because I hear the word butter knife all the time, and when I hear that I just hear wires being cut. Right, so I'm just shoving it all the way back. Make sure to grab it over here. Alright, make sure it goes in. Alright, and then just tuck. And what I like to do is, like, this harness back here is factory harness, just zip tie it to that. Because that way, when you put the radio back in, there's no chance of it drooping, okay? Alright, so I wasn't happy with the way the whole thing came out, because I kept staring at the gap. And I figure if someone's driving, so I've come up with a new thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a drill, and all the way down here where you can't see it, I'm going to drill through it. So you're close enough to the top. Bring it closer to me, because the last thing you want to do is go through where you don't want to go through. Okay, there's 2 layers here you gotta go through. Straight through. Alright. Take some of the shavings and just put them outside. It's a nice rainy day over here at Enfig. Alright, so now that I did that, the whole point of that is to get the zip tie through here. Get a little custom, I just didn't like the way it came out. The Pioneer mics have that little knob which makes it, it's easy to mount, but it's hard to do something nice with it. Alright, so we're going to go here with this. Alright. And no, it's going to be the other way. Yes. Alright. So now when you're done, it's going to look like that. That is something I'm happy with. So let's see how this goes. Yes, perfect. Yep. That's going to do the job. I just got to adjust it a little bit. Alright, so make it a little tighter. Just a little bit more tighter. Alright. Alright, there you go. Nice and tight. Ain't going nowhere. And the microphone looks good, and it's not going to wiggle. Alright, perfect. I'm happy with that, because the other one, it did not like the way it was looking at all. But anyway, that's it now. Now the easy part is done. Let's go ahead and install on the radio. Alright, so now when you get the kit, you're going to get the 2 plastic pieces. So we're going to show you how to mount everything now. This is the metal bracket. These are the screws it comes with. I'm not very happy with these screws. Use these only if you don't have any other screws. They're just not designed for radio. They're universal screws. So put those aside. These are the screws that come with the Pioneer radio. I like using the screws that come with them whenever possible. Alright. Now getting this to fit into the dashboard is a bit of a guessing game, because the great thing about this kit is that you see this, it's adjustable. So you can move how deep you want it in the dashboard. Now I got people who want the radio sticking out, and then I have people who want the radio flush. I have people who want it sunken in. So it really all depends. If you could see, it has 2 different, 2 different little tabs, and they go wherever they go. All right. So what we're gonna do here is I think somewhere 16, 15, and 16. So you look, each big one is 4. So 4, 8, 12, and then 16. I'm gonna try 15 and 17 right now. And also make sure they're both on the same exact thing, because I get people all the time. Alright, and you're going to go 15 and 17.
Enfig car starter, all I'm speaking may I help you?
Oh. See, it's hard. Alright.
Sure, let me get
Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to put these right here. Alright, so what we're going to do is if you look at the radio, there's the 2 with the 2 T's. Those are the ones we like to use. So you just make sure, see, I just lost it. 15 and 17. Alright, I'm going to keep it right there. Alright, now I'm going to grab... Actually, let me go grab my Phillips head that I left outside. Alright, now we're going to show you the wiring of the radio. This is an Enfig plug-and-play adapter. What it does is that it plugs into the back of the Pioneer radio, and then this side is the universal side. This will plug into the car, and this is universal. This is a PMP 0178. Enfig PMP PIO 0178. Comes with the inputs and everything. So you know, this is the reverse, parking brake, and the mute wire. And then part number might be off, but anyway, speakers, power, ground, ignition, illumination, and the antenna. And this is for the amp turn on. Sorry. And this is the SRWH AUD 2, right? Yes, 2. It comes with this and this. If you have steering controls, you also buy the SWCL Pio. This is for Pioneer, and plug this into here. Okay. This will output for this car. It'll output the. This is the amp turn on to turn on the factory amp, and this is your vehicle's. No, this is your vehicle speed sense. This car is a little older, so it won't do your parking brake. Your parking brake will reverse automatically, so those you have to do manually. This car we're actually doing a bypass because the customer has some sort of navigation he's going to feed into the video screen, so we're not going to bypass it for him. We're going to bypass it for him. So what we're going to do here is that this plugs into here. Alright, this plugs into here. Well, actually, before you do that, we also are doing an amplified antenna adapter, which is the Enfig AAA VWAUD 2. Okay, so we're going to do that. This one comes out, it's actually 2 pieces. When you get it, it won't be in 2 separate bags. When you get it, it'll be connected. But in case you do get it in 2 separate bags, if you look at here, the blue wire, that side on the same side as the blue wire is the one that gets the bigger connection. All right, the one that has the antenna adapter, black on both sides, that gets no connection. Okay, so this is what's cool about the plug and play too. Right, you come over here, you see blue, plug this in right here. It will click. Make sure you get it in the right way. All right, just pay attention to the teeth over here. So boom, that's it. Antenna's plugged in. Now this wire sends a signal to turn on an amplifier. This goes right here. That turns on your amplifier. Okay. Now, this radio doesn't need a vehicle speed sense. It does need a parking brake, and we're not using a reverse. But since we're doing a bypass, we're going to use the DI micro relay. Show you how to do this real quick. What you're going to do with this one is you got the brown wire and the black wire go together. All right. When I do stuff like this, I like to just do it down here. And I'm going to tap in the black wire right here. Oops. That way you don't have 2 wires tapping in at once. This makes everything a little neat, nice and neat. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to splice this in here. Okay. And then the black wire is going to go into there. Oops. This is an old trick I learned from a shop teacher of mine, Mr. Byer. For you guys who went to Fort Lee High, I could say some jokes, but just for the record, Mr. Byer is the first person I ever heard say that's what she said, and that was 20 years ago, way before The Office. Actually 20, I'm not that old, probably about 17 years ago. Alright, so we're not using the orange wire in this application, so I'm just going to cut it off down here and tape it off. Okay, now this is the bypass we're doing, okay? So if you guys get a little scared, just remember it's only the bypass. I'm going to tap over here. So what's going to happen is this green wire is going to go to, let me get a bullet connector to make it easy. Okay, the green wire gets to go to the yellow wire, which is the common wire in the relay. This is just like the big relays that everyone uses. It's just a little more compact, so it doesn't take up all that room behind the dashboard. This is a lot cheaper too. This is, you know, this is half the price of the of the big bypass. So we're going to crimp that. So the yellow goes to the green, which is the parking brake. Alright. The red is going to go to the antenna turner. Alright. Don't worry, if you order from us, we'll give you a whole little guide on how to do it. Oh, that's not gonna work. Alright. And then the brown one. Brown one will go to ground. Just wrap that one more time because it looks like it was coming off. And oops, this one. Alright, so brown goes to black, which is the ground wire. And that is a bypass installed. There are simpler and more expensive ways to do it, but to me, to save $10, it's worth doing this work. Alright, so now this side goes into the Pioneer radio and this side goes into the car, and that's pretty much it. We'll meet you back at the car and show you how to install it. Alright, cool. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to use that and just put it in here. Make sure you squeeze it in nice and tight, because, and also make sure that it's in there. Alright, so whatever you do on one side, make sure you have to duplicate on the other side. So this side we use 15 and 16. We're going to duplicate 15 and 16 on the other side. And once you do on the other side, it's easy. I mean 15 and 17. 4, 8, yep. Right. 2 screws is enough. I've never had any issues just using 2 screws. So I've had someone ask me that before.
Yeah, well, he sounds like he'd be a good guy once we have
him. Like I said, make sure you make it tight, but not too tight because you don't want to strip it. Alright, and then what you're going to do is you're going to come over here with the kit. And we are going to test fit it. Okay, so this kit's going to dive in like that. Alright, this is how you test fit it. You just grab it like that. And put that bad boy in there. And that looks a little shallow to me, so we're going to change it. Because if you look at it, it looks like it's sticking in a little too much. I'm actually going to check with the customer first, but you know, I'm not going to show you how to adjust it. Obviously, if you adjust it, just move that. Alright, so let me check with the customer. Right back. Alright, so we decided that because this kit, when you put it together, it steps out a little bit. It's just the design of the kit. Alright, so since it steps out, it comes out, we decided to go with 17 and 19, so the radio steps out with it, so it looks like it's, you know, it just flows best. Customer agreed, so we're doing it that way. Alright, just wanted to show you. That's it. Locking tabs in the cage. Now we're going to go back into the car and put this bad boy in. Alright, now we're going to go back. We're back in the car. We're going to show you how to install the kit. First thing you're going to do is you're going to put the trim piece on. So make sure all the wires are out of the way. And I usually just go with one side first. Alright, push it in. And then, where's the other side? Once you do that, this locks into place. There it goes. I knew that wasn't all the way in. Alright. Alright, so that locks into place. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to put the mounting cage in. Alright, you're going to grab a Phillips head screwdriver, and you're just going to turn a bunch of these little things on around. Alright, you're going to do here. What these things do is these hold the cage into the kit, so it's very important you do this right. Alright, do some on the bottom too. The more you bend, the harder it's going to be for you to take out if you make a mistake, but also the better it's going to hold the radio. But at this point, there's not really much of a mistake you can make. Alright. And once you bend tabs, you just pull and you see how this one is moving. I don't like that. So what I'm going to do is should bend this tab a little more this way, bend this tab a little more this way. Let's try to get this one in here. And if all fails, also try to get a bigger screwdriver, because a bigger screwdriver can do more damage on these bad boys. Like a bigger head. It's pretty easy. And also once it right, you see how it's now lifting up? Once you push the radio in, it'll push out. See, that's firm. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Okay. So this is how easy it is. First of all, when you plug this in, make sure that the steering wheel control adapter is steering wheel control lead is plugged in. Because if it's not plugged in, it won't program right. So you're going to plug this into here. I always like doing the top first. Since you don't have a middle, you can still plug it in though, even if you don't have it. And then this goes into here. Alright. And then the antenna adapter. Like I said, you have two leads, two antennas. One is the main antenna, the other one's diversity. Pay very close attention because it does matter. Make sure the blue wire goes to the extension, which goes to the main antenna, because if not, you're not going to get any reception. Alright, that goes in there. Try to tuck everything down below so when you put in the radio, it goes in nice and smooth. Actually, before we tuck, let me show you this right here. So you're going to go to the back of the radio. This thing has RCAs. You're going to see front left. It's going to be FL, it's not Florida. Front right. Rear right. And rear left. Subwoofer runs off of these four, so there's no separate subwoofer lead. You're also going to connect the microphone. Well, before we do that, there's a WR over here in the corner. That's wired remote. And then you do the microphone. What else we got here? We got video out, video in. Alright. And then over here, you're just going to plug in the power harness. Oops. Always mess that up. Why is that not plugged in? That was weird. I must have gotten it in the wrong angle. Alright, so this is probably the hardest part, is making sure you squeeze everything back here good, well enough to make sure everything goes down. It's not that bad, but it does get, let's see how lucky we get with just minor organizing. Oops. Also make sure when you're pushing, like the wide remote just came out. Oh, I almost forgot the antenna. I'm notorious for forgetting the antenna. Alright, antenna goes into here. Since I never use FM, I never think about it. Alright, let's see if this can, see how hard we gotta work to get this in here. Yep, that's not gonna work right now. Let's see how long it takes us to organize this back there. Okay, so what I like to do is just come over here. I could do it the other way, unfortunately, because of the way. So all I'm doing is when I push in, I'm making sure that all these connectors are going down below. That's all I'm doing. Alright. So when you push the radio in, nothing interferes with them. Let's give this a shot right now. Nope, that's not going to work. It's one of the tightest dashboards in any car I've ever seen. Let me see if I can move some of these harnesses around. Alright, so what I'm going to try now to do is finagle harnesses. So I'm going to put the factory harness over to, there it goes. The factory harness just went over to the right, out of the way. It looks like it's out of the way of everything. Alright, so now I'm going to try putting this one over to the left. That goes under. And then we'll see what happens. I think I'm going to have success right now. Also be careful when you push on your radio. There you go. Alright, so what I did to make that happen was the main harness from the factory where it plugged in, I pushed it to the back left corner over here, okay? And I just did that live. I just want you guys, because I know sometimes you see videos and it takes 1 second and one cut. That doesn't make any sense to me. Alright, but that's it. Yeah, we'll see if this let's see if this turns on, because last time I did a video it didn't turn on. There you go. I should do source. Alright, let me figure out what the steering control is doing. We'll be right back, okay? Alright, right back. We just want to show you how it works. Pretty much the left one goes up through your presets. If you hold it down, it'll scan up. And you can set how local you want it. Alright, and then the volume's up through here.
But I also graduated in the top 10 of my class.
It's quick too, it's not slow. And I don't think these do anything. Nope, these don't do anything. These are, you know, when you go into sports mode. That's pretty much it. And also, oh, one more thing. Doesn't turn off when you turn off the car. It only turns off when you pull out the key. Alright. Sorry about that. Video is brought to you by EnfigCarStereo.com. We sell and install. We also ship worldwide. So if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. Thank you for watching.